this is your host, Alexandra from The Pulse, and today we have author Benjamin Irish, who wrote a very controversial book called Margarita's Millions. Benjamin, can you please tell us what is in this book that is attracting so much attention?
Well, you see, this book is a symbol. This book represents the underdog that's been fighting up against oppression from these major corporations for the last 25 years. You see, we went to war with Showtime Television, and a lot of you guys might know something about Matthew Blank. He's the former CEO of Showtime Television, and he's the former CEO of Showtime Television because of me and because of everyone I work with that he tried to get over on. You see, they've been perpetrating a fraud and running a scam for about 20 years in that company, but they finally got caught. And now they're in a corner and they can't back out because we got the evidence and we told them that we were going to come after them. We were going to right the wrongs that they did to the actors and the actresses and the producers and everybody else in this world who's an underdog, who just is sick of being bullied and is trying to do something to be bigger than themselves, which is what we really all want. So if you turn around and you look behind me, you'll see there's evidence here of a massive fraud against the hardworking people in the entertainment industry. And they tried to run this scam on us. They tried to intimidate us. They tried to throw us in jail. They tried to ruin our lives. But it's like a dog that you keep kicking and you keep hitting. Eventually he bites back. So we bit back this time, and that's what we're here doing today.
Fantastic. So now you were saying that you were pointing to some of these pictures. So these are actually in your book, correct? Can you explain what some of these pictures actually mean?
Well, these pictures are just a small portion of the evidence that we have that they did this against us. And I like to say, let the evidence speak for itself. And everybody who's watching out there in TV Wonderland, let the evidence speak for itself and make your determination at that point. And if you want to pick up this book, you can read it for free on Kindle Unlimited. You can read it on Amazon for free. All you have to do is go to margaritasmillions.com. margaritasmillions.com. And when you go and you download that book and you read it and you get engaged in the conversation, you're standing up for the hardworking actors, the actresses, the producers, all those people that sacrifice everything they have just for those guys that sit in those glass offices.
We're at the LA Times Book Festival, and you brought a friend with you who's actually also in the book.
As we were writing this book, we were also making a documentary. They released us the rights to air this footage anywhere in the world as an example of our work. So as we were making this documentary, my main man, Malta the Damager, if you'd come right in here.
Come on in, James.
He did an interview with Margarita Dominguez, and he talked about karma. And he talked about how everything you do in this world comes back to you, and you get what you give.
How you doing? It's great to be out here. Sunny Los Angeles, California. I know Ben for about 20 years, and we've worked with each other in the entertainment field, doing movies together, also promoted me as a professional wrestler, because I've been a professional wrestler, a singer, and I've been an actor. I've actually been involved in a lot of major Hollywood productions lately. And so we sat down as doing part of the documentary, and I was having a conversation with Margarita. And what the conversation was about the road to success. And it seems like it's more of a stairway to success because, you know, you got to be careful where you step, because you got to be careful that you don't step on the people who are helping you get up the stairway, because when it's time to come down, because life is all hills and valleys, and nobody's on the top forever. If you go up on the hill, you don't stay at the top of the hill. Just a couple of feet ahead of you, you already start going back down the hill. Absolutely. And you see the same people who you stepped on the way up. And that's what we were talking about. We were talking about karma. Ben is over here holding a baseball bat. He's not here to promote violence. That's a symbolic gesture that the ambitious person he is, he's not going to be ripped off and take it lying down. I know a lot of people would be intimidated going to court, seeing high-powered attorneys. It's about time that someone's standing and rising against the machine. That's really my view on it.
Thank you, James. Very, very good.
I'd like to interject something here, if I could, Alexander. I'd like to show everybody something, okay? As I said earlier, we let the evidence speak for itself. They engaged the producers, they engaged the directors, they engaged everybody. Says, listen, we're going to make the actress a superstar. We're going to pay her millions of dollars. We're going to hire your production company. We're going to pay you $700,000 per television hour. Then they denied that they did it. But here's the computer evidence right here that they did it. This comes back from their computers. Here's the emails I sent to Matthew Blank's successor, David Nevins, telling him, get rid of Matthew Blank. and kick him out. He did a couple weeks later. And you know what? When they don't get their way and they don't like that you're standing up for yourselves, they send clowns like this after you. This guy, Jonathan Barham, to threaten you with guns and bombs and try and kill you.
And who exactly is Jonathan? What role does he play?
Well, you know, Alexandra, we spoke about Jonathan the last time that you interviewed me in New York. And I think it's really appropriate that we're out here in Los Angeles because my understanding is that he's out here now. So Jonathan Barham was a talent agent that was working with CBS Television, which owns Showtime, which is the parent company. And as he was working with them, him and Margarita Dominguez were working behind the scenes to get her on shows for CBS and Showtime to shy her away from suing them with me.
It seems like right now you have a large project on your shoulders with this whole scandal. What kind of problems did you run into?
Well, you know something, Alexandra? I don't believe in problems. I just believe in situations and solutions. And sure, this might be a large project, but it's just as easy to think big as it is to think small.
Absolutely.
So that's their game, is intimidation, but you can't intimidate me. And I want to send a message to Matthew Blank in his glass office at 1633 Broadway. You're sitting up there and you think that nobody can touch you. You think that nothing can happen to you. But now you've been exposed. And now there's no place to run and no place to hide, and there's no more excuses. Now the little people are coming up and they're getting what's justly theirs. And I told you a long time ago there's always a change of guard. So Matthew Blank, you look in that monitor and you remember my face and you remember my name, because I'm Benjamin Irish and I did this to you.
Wow, there was a lot of passion in those words. Benjamin, can you please tell the audience one more time where they can go to get this book?
If you want to read this book, go to margaritasmillions.com or go to amazon.com, and you can download it on Kindle Unlimited. That's margaritasmillions.com or Margarita's Millions on Amazon. And I want to thank you for coming here and standing up for the people. I want to thank James for standing up for the people. I want to thank my man Noble Casalupis for coming out here and bringing these crimes that are hurting the soul of this country to the forefront. And I want to thank everybody who supported us.
All right, thank you again, Benjamin Irish. Again, this is Alexandra from The Pulse, over and out.